Hey guys, welcome to Superlative Radio. Dylan Stone here with you. Hope you enjoy the following vlog.
Hey guys, welcome to another vlog right here on Superlative Radio. Today's vlog that I want to talk about is actually a request for a vlog that we had recently. Somebody had made a comment about child protection and making false claims about that. So I just thought I would address that and give it a little bit of a talk. When somebody calls child services, no matter who they might be, it's their job to look into whatever it might be to make sure that that child is safe. Now, here in New Brunswick, I know that calling them is basically useless. So doing that really isn't going to get anything done for the child because they don't really seem to look into anything or really seem to care. Much like the justice system in Canada, it really only cares about a very particular part of the population, roughly 52% of it that grows breasts. The rest of us are pretty much screwed. That's pretty much an overall blanket statement, I realize, but it is very true when it comes to family court, when it comes to justice, and it comes along in a whole variety of ways. You know, anybody who calls child services usually has a reason they're calling. And whether you agree with that reason or you don't, doesn't matter. Insulting people or bringing about just random accusations about others that you don't even really know is not true. And it shouldn't be something that you actually do. What really should happen is courts, social development, whatever it might be, they should all look into what the absolute best interests of the child would be. And when someone makes a call, they're doing what they feel is in the best interest of that child. And I know many people that have called child services. I know many people that have not called child services when they should have. I know parents, people who used to be friends of mine, I personally witnessed them abuse their children. And I should have been more responsible and called. But at the time, I was, more ingrained in the fact that they were my friends. And if I had known what I know now, if I'd known that then, it would have been a different story. Because what it really boils down to is you should do things to keep the child safe. So if someone makes a call, regardless of who they are, those people are having the best interest of that child at heart. And it doesn't matter if you're the father or you're the mother and the call is coming and they come to see you about it, about whatever call they got. Unfortunately, that's their job. I don't think they do it very well. And I know that from dealing with them. I know that I don't think they do their job very well. Just like I don't believe the justice system does its job very well. One key thing that everybody needs to remember is that life isn't fair. It's never going to be fair. It's never going to give you what you want, no matter how much you may want something. All the want in the world isn't going to make it happen. And you can want something so badly that you think it should happen, but that's not the way the world is. The world is a very cold and cruel place, and courts don't give a shit about your feelings. They don't give a shit about anybody except doing their job. They totally take feelings and they move it right out of it, and it's not right, especially when the feelings that are involved are those of a child. And when a child can't speak because of whatever reason, maybe the child is mute or deaf, or in the case of my son, as an example, a nonverbal autistic child, so very limited vocabulary, if any. When that child can't speak and can't tell you how they're getting hurt or who's hurting them, then they have to rely on other people who are seeing these things or seeing injuries or seeing what they might see to actually be the ones to make those calls for them. And that's why Child Services really needs to pay attention. Because abuse doesn't just come in a physical form, especially with children. You can abuse a child and not even think you're doing it, but you are. And just like you can abuse a spouse or a significant other or a friend or a parent, or a brother or a sister, anybody can be abused and not think that they're being abused. This is a really difficult subject for me to talk about because I've been dealing with these things for a little while, and dealing with the court system, dealing with social development, dealing with feelings and emotions. And all I can say is that what it boils down to is I gave up on making those kinds of calls or doing those kinds of things because I realized the system doesn't work. And they want to make comments about me, as an example, or someone like me who doesn't even make these kinds of calls or deal with this because they realized a long time ago the system doesn't work. Then it's completely inappropriate to do that or to accuse somebody of those things when you have no justification for it. My ex and I don't communicate, and because of that, our son suffers. And I know she may disagree with that, but it is a fact. He's the one who suffers from us not communicating. He's the one who suffers because she's not willing to compromise. And I don't mean it to sound personal because really, at this point, I don't really care. The only reason I would speak to her anyway is for him. And I think that when parents split and separate, they really need to communicate for the sake of that child. Both parents need to make sure that that child is being cared for and is being treated right. And when that's not happening and the system, I guess the best way to put it is the system just doesn't work to make that right when it should. Like, there should come a point when a judge should sit down and say, look, you and you, sit down, talk, figure it out, because you have to for that little one. And at the end of the day, that's the one that matters. Not his feelings, not her feelings, him or her, if it be a girl. If somebody is going to be like that and be like, no, I just don't want to talk to them or whatever it might be, just realize that when you're being like that, the only person you're hurting is them. You're not hurting him, you're not hurting her, you're hurting them, that child. And really, communication is the only way to fix something. And that can be difficult when one party just absolutely refuses to do it. If you decide to go and make accusations against somebody, just realize that the person you're making the accusations against isn't the one necessarily who's causing the problem or causing the issue. They could be nothing more than an innocent person sitting on the sidelines, like it is in my case. To put it into layman's terms, if you're going to be that way and you're going to put something down and accuse me personally or someone else like me of something, make sure that you know for sure they're the ones doing it. Because it's not right to accuse somebody of something when it's not true. And regardless of who that is, be that the mother, the father, the grandparents, the aunts, the uncles, the whoever, it doesn't matter. if you're accusing somebody of something, you damn well better be right about it and not just angry. All your anger is doing is not helping anybody. It just makes the situation worse. And you got to remember, at the end of the day, the system doesn't care because the system's not going to do anything. The system doesn't intervene the way it should. The system doesn't act the way it should. The system just is the way it is, and it's broken. It's been broken for a very long time. And honestly, it's probably not going to be fixed anytime soon because the justice system needs a complete overhaul. Honestly, when you're a judge, you should be unbiased. And unfortunately, if you're a judge today, I don't find that really they are unbiased. I think they all have issues that they bring forth from their personal lives or whatever. So you got to remember, when you're sitting on that bench and you're the one and you're presiding over families who are, even if they're not getting along or they're separated or they're divorced or whatever it might be, you need to have compassion for everybody involved. And you need to be honest and you need to be fair. And that's not how the justice system works. And it doesn't matter if it's family court or criminal court. The justice system isn't fair. It doesn't care about you or your feelings. Thank you so much for the request. It was lovely to have. And I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. That's my vlog for today.
Hey guys, thanks for watching Superlative Radio. Come back anytime, and when you do, please make sure you subscribe, make sure you leave a comment. We really want to know what you think. We'll see you soon. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, because that's the way it's supposed to be.